After island hopping through Greece, we finally touched down in Croatia. Welcome to Dubrovnik. Happy birthday to you. Does anyone else get that post-flight air pressure? Mine takes so long to clear up and it's always so uncomfortable. We had our hotel handle our airport pickup, which I highly recommend if you're traveling with a lot of luggage or if you just want a hassle-free experience. And our driver was already waiting when we got out. Our driver was skeptical about our luggage fitting in his Mercedes, but my husband drives a similar one and he knew exactly how to make it work. Thank you. How far is the hotel?
40.
40 minutes.
Yeah. Around. Depends.
Traffic.
Yeah. Come from States?
Right now we're coming from Greece,
But you are from States.
Washington, D.C. Yes. Once we pulled away from the airport, the scenery started to shift. There were rugged cliffs and winding roads that hugged the sea. It just felt like the beginning of something magical, and I was so excited. I did not film the entire 40-minute drive, but I had to capture some of it. The light, the movement, and the way the landscape opens up. It was just so beautiful. You know, it's the kind of beauty that makes you slow down and just breathe. But wait until you see that Adriatic coastal line. It's just something else. We passed little villages, olive groves, and glimpses of the old city in the distance. It was quiet, peaceful, and exactly the kind of welcome we needed. And I remember thinking, this is why we travel, not just for the destinations, but for the moments in between, the transitions, the softness, the anticipation. So I hope this makes you just as excited to watch this video as the trip was exciting for me. And then, just as the sun started to dip, we arrived at Sun Gardens Dubrovnik, tucked into the hillside overlooking the sea, our home for the next couple of days.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
Check-in in?
Yes.
Can I take you out?
Yes. Sun Gardens Dubrovnik is a 5-star resort and part of Amex Travel's Fine Resorts and Hotels program. We did book through Amex and we were expecting to get early check-in, especially since we arrived around 10:30 in the morning after a very early flight from Santorini. But our room wasn't ready, and while we were told it would be a short wait, it ended up being a few hours longer than we expected, and it was not quite the welcome we had hoped for. So we decided to have breakfast at Origano, which is one of the on-site restaurants, which is included in our Amex Platinum benefits, and honestly, it was the highlight of that morning. We also explored the property a bit while we were waiting, just trying to, stay entertained. But after hours of travel, jet lag, and no room to rest, we eventually passed out in the hotel lobby, like literally. We slept there for a few hours before someone let us know that our room was ready. Hi. Thank you. Which way? It definitely wasn't the smoothest check-in experience, but once we got into our room, we started to feel better. So this is the room that we stayed in. I'll give you a little tour, and we absolutely enjoyed our time in this room. I did let them know during the booking that we were celebrating my husband's birthday, so they had some special treats in the room for us, which was very lovely. We were actually celebrating both my husband's birthday and our wedding anniversary, but I noticed that they made a mistake and put the Mrs. Prepper on the birthday treats, but it was a lovely gesture either way. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Fishy. Fishy, my love. So this was our view from the balcony, and I wish I could pretend that I'm not obsessed with ocean views, but just look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Now let me show you the bathroom. I loved how spacious it is and loved that I had my own makeup area in the bathroom. What I didn't like was that there was no shower that was separate from the bathtub. Okay, so now let's do a tour of this amazing property. In terms of accommodation types, they have hotel rooms and suites that are ideal for couples or solo travelers. If you're looking for comfort and beautiful views when you're in Dubrovnik, then Sun Gardens is the place for you. They also have residences, so these are spacious apartment style units with kitchens. So those are perfect for families and people who are going to be staying for a longer period of time. And in terms of amenities, there is such a variety and so many different activities to do on the property that you do not even have to leave the property during your stay if you don't want to. They have an award-winning spa, which has an indoor pool, a sauna, a steam room, and it's perfect for relaxation. They also have access to a private beach. They have multiple outdoor pools that cater to families, as well as like an adult-only infinity pool. And so there is something for everyone. Couples, singles, families, you name it. In terms of dining and culinary experiences, there are over 16 restaurants and bars ranging from fine dining to seaside bites. And they have Mediterranean flavors, seafood, and they all have beautiful views. So there is something for everyone. They also have on-site boutiques where you can shop for fashion items as well as local artisan goods. And as I mentioned earlier, there's so many different activities that you can participate in on site. They have a fully equipped gym. They do yoga classes. They do tennis. They have other outdoor sports, including a climbing wall that active travelers can use. And they also have a kids club. They have playgrounds and they have a pool that is dedicated to families. They even have babysitting services for parents who might need that. Additionally, they have excursions and other experiences, including boat tours, wine tastings, and cultural excursions to Dubrovnik Old Town. Yep, residence, shop, grocery store, restaurants, beach, Lamonia pool, sunset pool, La Pasta. So one thing we quickly learned was that the restaurants at Sun Gardens get booked very quickly. And so if you're planning to stay there, I recommend that you make your dinner reservations even before you get there if possible, or at the latest as soon as you get there, because we had a really hard time getting reservations at the restaurants that we really wanted to eat at. We were so impressed by how family friendly this resort is that we're convinced the next time we stay here, it will be for a family vacation. So as I mentioned earlier, it's very important that you book your reservations ahead of time at Sun Gardens because the restaurants get booked very quickly. Nana really wanted to eat at Butcher's Grill, but they were so fully booked that we were not able to eat there. We ended up having dinner at Veranda, which is also on site at Sun's Garden. This is a family-owned restaurant, and I was really glad that we could patronize them because they were so friendly and the food was absolutely delicious.
Will you please get some ice? Ice. Thank you.
Looks good. Thank you. Thank you. Dinner at Veranda was the perfect way to end day one. And yes, I made him take one last outfit shot. Day two, let's just say we're just getting started and the Adriatic has more surprises.